Welcome to my channel and video which is all about decoding MBBS abroad. The main purpose of this video is to make sure that you are not left with any doubt about studying abroad once you finish watching this video. You might want to plug your earphones to listen properly. Hi everyone, this is Yukti Belwal and I'm here answering your questions as I'm running my consultancy named Book My University and I'm in this domain since 9 years now. Did you see these flags? These are the countries that I visited to have hands-on experience to guide you about which country will be best for your dream career. You can follow me on Instagram. My Insta handle is Yukti_MBBS where I keep updating informative posts, and my Facebook page is Yukti Belwal MBBS. Follow me to keep in touch for the latest informative content. I also actively participate in answering some interesting study abroad related questions on Quora. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for real information about medical universities abroad. Our official website is www.bookmyuniversity.com where you should definitely visit and find out more about our work, our services that we offer to you, and our upcoming events and seminars. Also, you can find out what the students are saying about their experiences with us. So here we go with the question answers, and these are the questions which you guys ask a lot and many times you all have the queries about it. So here I am answering this question so that you know already. Before we go ahead, let's listen to this Michelle Obama's quote. It says that it's not enough for us to simply encourage people to study abroad. We also need to make sure that they can actually afford it. Hence, we are doing our research for bringing you up all the good affordable universities from abroad. So the questions, and I get a lot of queries on WhatsApp. Some of the questions are asked on YouTube comments, some questions are from Quora, which I might or might not answer. So let's begin with it. First guys, let's look at this chart which I have made. So basically you should know the duration of your studies in different countries. For example, in Russia, it's 6 years duration. The internship is not in it. They have clinical exposures which starts from 4th year onwards, but not internship. Hence, you have to come back to India and you have to do an additional 10 months internship. Ukraine, similar, 6 years. China, 5 plus 1 years. So they have a 5 years course and they have 1 year internship included in 6 years, which you do in China, and that is valid in India. So when you come back after studying 6 years from China, you don't have to do internship in India because that one is valid here. In Belarus, it's similar, 6 years plus 1 year you have to come and do a 10 months internship here in India. Similarly in Poland, Philippines is a bit different. It's 1.5 plus 4. The 4 year is the medical course, the MD course, which is equivalent to MBBS. The 1.5 year is the BS course, the foundation course, because it follows the US pattern. Similarly, in US also this happens. A 12th graduate cannot directly get into medical course, so they do a foundation course and then you enter into MD course. Hence, it is 5.5 years. Okay. Georgia, it's 6 years course. Earlier there were things about it's being 5 years, but no, they have changed it because earlier they were following the credit system and they were doing some changes, but the ministry has decided to keep it 6 years for every university in Georgia. Kazakhstan is 5 years, and of course that it's the rule of the country. Hence, you have to study 5 years in Kazakhstan and come back here in India and do 10 months internship in India. So it will be lesser duration. Kyrgyzstan is also 5 years. So 5 years plus 1 year internship in India. Bangladesh has a similar process like in China. So 5 plus 1 years. Hence, you don't have to come back in India and do an additional internship. So going ahead with the clinical practices explanation. So in Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan and Georgia, from 4th year onwards, they take their classes in hospitals with a patient observation, and student must submit patient history to get permission to sit in the examination. Okay, so you are getting clinical practice integrated into the course. It is not separate. Okay, it's not separate. Understand this. From 4th year onwards, you are doing some hours you have to dedicate to the clinical practice. Let's go to Philippines. Philippines is the only country which I understood. They have a clerkship program in the last year, which is very much dedicated, but it is integrated again in 4 year, but separately the last year is clerkship. Okay, in this student will interact with a real patient as much as a physician does, but the evaluation and recommendations will be reviewed and approved by some of the senior physicians. Alright, then coming to internship, included countries which are China and Bangladesh. As per the part of MBBS program, it is compulsory to do internship in these countries in order to get a valid degree. These internships are valid in India. So now I hope you understood, you got some clouds clear there, because I know most of the students are not able to understand the duration and difference between how they teach in India and how they teach abroad. So that was the understanding part. Now let's start the questions. Is it possible to get loan for studying MBBS abroad? Yes, it is. What are the requirements? You have to have admission letter, full course, you have to have an admission letter, full course tuition fees, and university brochure for the verification. On what basis do bank provide loan? They have to see the liquidity of the applicant. They have to check whether it will be safe to give loan to this particular profile. They will try to understand the purpose of it. They will understand whether there is a source of repayment, which is called collateral security, and also could be job, like as how easy will it be to get a job after you complete the course. So they check that. And social responsibility. Any bank which is under operation has a social responsibility to help the citizens to take loan and do their work. Banks to be preferred for study abroad loan. बहुत बार मुझसे एक क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है कि मैम कौन से बैंक से बात करें, तो HDFC, PNB, बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा, कैनरा बैंक, इन सब बैंक से मोस्ट प्रोबेबली लोन आपको मिल जाता है. ओके, सो दीज आर द बैंक्स यू कैन प्रेफर. It's a tip that avoid SBI Bank because they have lots of social responsibility and they are actually catering a lot of loan applications. Hence it is like something you can avoid. You can go to other banks, and you should prefer a bank where you have your own account and you know the branch manager, so that your file can be processed faster. How much loan can I get and what are the conditions? So up to 7.5 lakh loan, banks can give collateral free and without the third party guarantee. Okay, there's a credit guarantee fund for education loan, under which scheme you can get up to 7.5 lakh without showing any security. Above that, you will ask for that, or they can even ask the co-applicants income taxes returns and salary slips. Please note that the education loan is directly sent to the bank account of the university. So make sure that the university you are choosing has a foreign remittance account. You can ask to the BMU counselor about the same, and she'll guide you, she or he. NEET score requirement for admission abroad in 2020. So basically, this is also one of the question, ma'am, 2020 में कितना NEET score चाहिए होगा? See, just like last year's minimum qualification of NEET score, that is, the eligibility is required to get admission in MBBS abroad. So minimum was there. So 134 was for general category, I remember, and 119 for the reserve, which is 50 and 40% there respectively. Similarly, this year also, whatever the score will be set for minimum qualification will be required for admission abroad. Will NEET 2018 and 2019 scores be valid for NEET 2020 admissions? Yes. So as per the government, as per the ministry, as per the Medical Council of India, the NEET score will be valid for the next 3 years. So in case you are not giving 2020 NEET and you have given 2018 NEET, you have given 2019 NEET, and you are qualified in that, so you can apply for abroad admission of 2020. You don't have to appear for 2020 NEET if you have already qualified 2018 or 2019. Okay, now many students ask me, ma'am, this is a government university, ma'am, this is a private one, should we prefer government over private, and how is the difference? So basically, let me just tell you. See, the government university is also approved by Medical Council of India, listed by WHO, and accredited by the Ministry of Education of that country. And private universities as well, like they are approved by Medical Council of India, they are listed by WHO, and similarly accredited by the Ministry of Education. For example, in India, if you have to open a private university, you have to follow the guidelines, and उसी हिसाब से abroad में भी private universities को follow करनी पड़ती हैं चीज़ें. The difference is that the government one is government funded and the private one are privately funded and could be through some trusts or some joint efforts or joint stock company it could be. So the only difference is this, okay? But because your Medical Council of India is approving it, WHO is approving it, there's no such issues as such. We are sending students to a lot of private universities as well, and students are doing very fine. And if you talk about problems do come in government university as well, because the administration is too strict and unlike in private universities, which our management is quite complying with the students' need and understanding. So it's not a problem, guys, until you have a proper verification of the university, because in some countries the private universities are really bad. For example, in Caribbean islands, many universities are not even valid to be called as universities. So you have to be sure about this. That's all you need to do, and for that, Book My University is there for the guidance. So let's take a break here, and I'll come up with more questions in the next video. If these questions were your questions, then that's a very good thing, because your question got answered. But if not, then please do comment below, and in the next video I'll try to cover them up. And if you like the things in this video, please comment below as well, and if you didn't like something, please comment as well, so that I know what I don't have to do. Anyways, also download BMU Tayari app. We are conducting BMU NEET live test on 3rd of May, and this will be really beneficial for you guys. Registrations are open, and you can register for BMU NEET live by going to the BMU Tayari app and give a live test with more than 10,000 students, and check your rank, check your percentile, and moreover check your Tayari. So all the best, and thank you so much.